Hey gamers. Uh, hey gamers. There we go. I have to turn on the captioning, otherwise it doesn't caption. And I don't have it turned on because I don't want. I don't want. I guess I'm just silent. I guess here's the thing. I'm not talking to myself pre stream, so it's not like it would capture it. But hello, everybody. Hey, hi, everybody. Welcome to Saturday. I'm here. I'm excited to see whatever the final cut has in store for us. The internet said it should not affect my save file. Here's what it said. The company that put it out said that it should not affect saved games at all, but it also recommended that you just start a new game. So I'm curious to see what effect, if any, this will have on our game. I mean, obviously it'll have the full breakdown. I'm really excited to hear all the voices. I'm excited just to uncover what all of this is. As you can see, even the save screen is a little bit different. It's got controls now. It's got little facts that you can't see because my head's in the way. But already, more happening. I peeked into the options, and I'll just pull them up and you guys can see. There's an option that looks really interesting called Twitch integration, where streamers can create polls so their viewers can influence gameplay. Viewers can vote for their favorite dialogue options and give temporary bonuses and penalties to the streamer's main attributes. They can also view the streamer's character sheet and journal at any time, which all sounds really cool. I'm curious to I'm going to look into getting that functioning, and then we'll see if that's something I'm interested in letting you perverts have access over. But I think it could be pretty cool. Ace Jackal, I did not have to pay for the final cut. It was just a regular update since I already owned the game. And Dim1 Dragon. Dim1? Yeah. Demon? Is it spelled out? Anyway, thank you for the subscribe. And welcome to the stream. Hello. Okay. So here's what I made private last session, so let me catch you up on what was happening or what you missed. So there was that building that we couldn't get into because the old lady was not letting us in because she knew her fucking rights. So we bullied that old lady and she let us in. And Demi-Dragon. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. So we bullied that old lady and got into the building and walked around and talked to a bunch of people. And more specifically, we talked to this dude that I'm standing next to, who I'm pretty certain is a gigolo. Anyway, we were able to talk to his Sunday friend. His term, not mine, but doesn't that seem like a term that you would use for like a customer? Anyway, so we talked to his Sunday friend, and his Sunday friend was like a high-ranking diplomat, basically. Let me see if the journal specifies. And so we talked to him, and he told us some information. Boy, do I not remember what he told us, though. We also talked to Kuno, and Kuno admitted to capturing the locusts, and we found him in his room, and we had a moment. He promised to stop, but he was pretty fussy about it, as you might expect. We also heard I finally succeeded on my authority check against these dudes, the Hardy Boys. And they said that they killed the guy because he sexually assaulted a woman. We went and talked to the woman, and she said, that's not true. They wanted me to say that to justify killing this guy, but he and I were just lovers, and it's not true, and I don't feel comfortable saying that it is. So that was all a lot. And so we talked through that, and then I came down here. Actually, we napped. We slept for the day. And then I came down here and talked to this guy and had a little bit of a bisexual awakening. So it was a really full episode.
Hi again, Gendarme.
God, he's fully voiced. That's so exciting.
You did. And how did you like him?
I don't trust government.
Oh, shoot. Why not? A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, Gendarme. He can always return.
This is gonna absolutely blow my mind.
To his opportunities in Occident, Sur Leclerc. Still,
Slur Leclerc.
his coming and going brings some life to the village.
Sur la clef. In French, that would be pronounced sur la clef. Because even though it's a final consonant, I think it's short. I'm pretty certain that would have been pronounced sur la clef anyway.
Or is it just money? I don't know.
Look, doesn't this guy... I don't know. This guy gives me big gigolo vibes. Look at how unbuttoned his shirt is.
Goodbye, gendarme.
Wait, does this mean anytime I click on Kim, I get to hear Kim's voice?
Yes? What do you want to know?
Oh!
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
A young woman told me a mercenary has been hanged and the manager thinks it was the Union that did it. That's all.
Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you?
Yeah.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
Okay.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They, Classier, as we've come to suspect, didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Oh, Vaporize in the chat says, no, in French the F is silent. Native French speaker here. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Sur la clé. Okay.
Just to be clear, we are police officers.
Oh.
It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Thank you. I completed a secret task. All right.
Good.
Night coffee, yeah. I appreciate Kim being able to give me a recap. So the person that they mentioned, Clash, is the person that the Hardy Boys said had been sexually assaulted. So that's her, and she more or less told us that she was the one who called it in because she could basically see the body from her hotel room. And as you might expect, did not care for that. We also found the door that we think leads to the secret area, but I was not able to break it open because it's heavy. And here's the outfit we're wearing right now. As you can see, we got a nice long jacket, and it's on over top of the armor that we picked up. This is a good look. I like that you can just barely see a sliver of thigh. I love it. Okay. So God, what are we actually doing here? Yeah, generally, sadly our ass is no longer out, but I think we all know that it's there. It's out in the breeze. It's just covered up. And I'm pretty certain we're going to find another jacket at some point and swap it out. I have no doubt in our ability to do such. Okay. God, what are we doing? So wants me to talk to Claudia more. Oh, I should talk to the Hardy Boys. And talk to the cryptozoologist and let him know Kuno's gonna be not chiller. Oh, and I can call the public library now. Alright, let's talk to these folks first.
Hello, officer.
Ah!
I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
I had a chat with this kid Kuno. The only downside is our main character's voice. I could never rasp that out. It would immediately destroy my throat. So we're just gonna do my voice. I had a chat with this kid Kuno. He promised to stop stealing the locusts.
So he was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie.
Aw.
This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper. but something's changed in her tone.
Holy
You shouldn't
shit.
worry.
God, even that's amazing. Even our inner voices have voices.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
Oh, goodness. The aging cryptozoologist breaks into a hideous coughing fit.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
Oh yeah, Silent Towers. So they came out with the final cut version of this game that has a bunch of updates, including a full voice acting. So you're not gonna have to hear me do really a watered down approximation of their voices anymore.
You're right. We can come back next season when it's warmer.
When it's warm. Hello. Yes, I'm live. It's happening. Welcome. Okay. I mean, this is definitely costing me time on the main investigation, but what is the game if not hunting for bugs that we're pretty certain aren't real? Yeah, I've come too far to quit. I'm gonna stock the traps. Let's do this.
We're getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine, it's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
Kim, you're gonna put your foot down?
He wants to see this tale through as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after this.
I read something that suggests that there are...
It's too much, officer.
I think there are new quests. Like, there's new story content as well, but that'll be less noticeable because this is my first time playing, so I won't know what's new, really.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Here's a fresh batch of locusts.
Ugh.
They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center.
Oh, yeah. Did you know Gary was hiding the
Hell
armor?
no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
One of his quirks is racism, though, so I'm not super about the dude.
I don't know what got into him, officer. Thank you for letting him off easy. He won't forget it. We'll make sure he won't.
Okay, let's talk to the Hardy Boys. What's up, nerds? Hello, the Beef Stewart.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
Fuck you, Titus.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Okay, Elizabeth.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah,
Game.
she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
Fuck off, Shanky.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
His hands become fists.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Yeah, you know, if you weren't here for last time, we didn't push her. We were just like, hello, and she was like, I wasn't raped. It was very straightforward.
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy.
Her voice rings throughout the room like a warning shot.
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
Why should I
You
care
don't
about the
care
tape?
about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
All right, where can I listen to it?
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Thanks, Kim.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I mean, I was asking if you guys had the tape.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Thanks, Kim. Kim, thanks.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Just give me the tape. I'm just asking where the tape is.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
Actually, there are a few. Crypto analyst, radio officer.
So you bug them? How?
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Which one of you did this advanced radio work then?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
The chief picks his beer back up to offer a silent toast.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
All right, that's enough.
Don't forget your tape, lawman.
Here we go.
Compliments
Okay.
of Titus Hardy.
Fine.
You
I'll
do
listen
that.
to it.
Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Okay. All right. Oh, we've got a box full of locusts that we can sell for 1 and 28 reals. What a bargain. Okay. A magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications recorded via a decryption station. Not a good omen. Requires a boombox to play.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader.
Yeah, I'm nervous about what's on this tape. But let's just go ahead and get into it. You push Commence and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
Das ist eine Revershow. Das ist a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Another loud screech, some kind of machinery.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
Thanks, Kim.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too.
Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice
I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arete on your porteria. The tape stops spinning.
What was that at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
What do you think, Kim?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
He sounded inebriated.
Still.
It's... The lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion. Who's this Cordy?
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his.
And what's Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
The South Safre conflict is an ongoing proxy war between Grad and Safre. It has been hot for 12 years, with the atrocities piling on, mostly committed by the
Hey,
Grad.
Quanta! Enjoy the voices.
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. Or maybe Kohoi is just merc talk for atrocity, slaughter.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
Okay then, what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
I don't think it does. Because he didn't say he did it, he said he would. And that's not a confession. It's shitty. It's terrible. It's not great, and I didn't like listening to it, but it's not a confession. Oh, game. Why couldn't you just be all about cryptids and about nothing else? Chad, are you only getting static? Because that might be on your end.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Oh, that's right. I was gonna put a point in physical instruments to retry that. So let's do that. Oh, you guys are getting static? That's interesting. Let me make sure all my plugs are plugged. Well, I don't know what that is. Although, you know, I was talking to somebody on this mic the other day, and they said they were hearing clicking as well. I don't know what that could be, because there's nothing... Let me make sure there's nothing in my apartment clicking. Yeah, I guess I'm just bugged. I don't hear anything on my end. I'll do some fussing with that after the stream to see what that even is. Gosh, do I have anything that's going to increase my physical... What is this check?
The same small, heavy door.
Physical instrument.
Sight.
Let's see if I don't think I have anything that's going to increase my physical instrument. I think I went over this last time and I had nothing. Oh no, I've got a white tank top, but I think that replaces my shirt. Oh no, that'll help. Okay. I mean, it's going to be a hard check one way or the other. -2 physical instrument. Alright.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Alright. Heroic check to kick the door in. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I think Curse of Min... I think Kim did recommend that, but I want to kick the door in. Hey!
Something cracks inside.
Haha!
It is an unbelievably satisfying sound.
Hell yeah. Haha. That healed my morale a little.
Filling you with a belief in your own body.
Okay.
Sounds like the property damage wasn't in vain, at least.
Aw, Kim.
Would it hurt to look in?
I thought it was an Ace's low moment, Kim.
I don't know about that.
Ha! The lieutenant smiles an uncomfortable smile. Oh, Kim. Let's go ahead and put my body armor back on. And I'm going to save, because I feel great about that. We've made 1 point of progress. Alright, let's go through here, and then we can talk to this lady. Yeah, as long as I get to show off a cool stunt, that's fine. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see the bedroom on the other side. Creepy.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
I think I can see Claudier's bedroom from here.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here.
Kim, you have terrible eyesight.
The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
Kim, you have notably, remarkably bad eyesight.
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural.
Is that a crib? Oh, a pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted. No, I want to look at the... Let me interact with these footprints. There we go.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Crouch, study the footprints.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. This print is unlike one left by a regular worker boot. It is not a brand sole with logos on it. It seems custom made or old-fashioned.
Hello, Atreus.
Shoe size is 41 to 42, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is, unfortunately, the worst, most vague shoe size there is.
Great. This doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
I'm curious if this wouldn't match up. Oh, bye, Quanta! Have a good weekend. I'm wondering if the boot isn't going to match up with the armored boots that the man was
Everything
wearing.
around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
He looks at you.
It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider.
Okay, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Let's move on, Kim. Ooh, hello. Pinball Maker's coat. That's not... I wasn't aware that pinball makers had like a known jacket, but let's see how this looks. +1 empathy, +1 hand-eye coordination. I mean, it is just a stained trench coat, but I don't hate it. How do we feel about... I mean, it does give me more bonuses. It's not giving me a minus half light that the naval coat was giving me. But the naval coat's so good. I don't know, how do we feel? We have lost a sliver of ass, which is a real shame. Yeah, big flasher coat energy. We like the coat? Okay. I'm into this coat. For now. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Interesting. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Oh, an autosave. That makes me nervous. Why does that make me nervous? This is not the kind of game that like autosaves before you go into a boss fight. There's no reason why that should have made me nervous, but it did. The game knows something I don't know. I mean, the game knows a lot of stuff I don't know, I guess. This pinball is white Diora. The black glass shows a female figure in mourning. A note. In B, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. Okay. Some cash. I like that.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Dimple lock. This door is connected to the one upstairs, but how do we get through?
There must be a key somewhere. Probably somewhere in the whirling. It's not too important. We can get in and out using the roof door.
Alright, well, the game just told us where the key was, so let's go find that key.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
Is that not how I just got here?
Smells of nougat and sweat.
Nougat.
Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88. This elevator must have been used to transport pinball machines to and from the upstairs workshop.
Says the last maintenance was in 88. That would have been 1888 because it's 1952.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
This elevator was last maintained in the future?
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century.
So it's not a message from the future, Kim?
No, I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom elevator after the revolution.
Alright. So it's mostly pinball machines riding this elevator.
Seems so, although it's pretty quaint for a freight elevator.
He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
Well, that's fine.
A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long, long time ago.
Close the door and go on up. Alright, so game said the key was in a bush
So
outside.
this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
So this used to be a pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
He taps his foot.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the artists bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker?
Yeah!
Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all that's left over from that.
Ah, yes. As the novelty dice maker said, this has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
God, Kim's voice is so soothing.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
All right, good chat. It's pretty clear for me that we were supposed to come at that area from the lower direction. Like, all of that was written as though we had come from the basement door or the kitchen door and gotten up that way. So that's fine. Wait, so where did they say? I thought they said their key was in a bush outside. Maybe they meant downstairs. All right, let's have a talk with this lady.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he?
A smile flits across her
He
face.
never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
It's not, though. It's clearly edited.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
She picks the cup back up.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Kohoi was mentioned.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Why would he say things like that? Machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh, Kim stuttered.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Persona?
Running joke.
Ha!
I was gonna say running joke.
Not much of a
And
joke.
it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that.
This dude sucks. Everybody in
Things
this
like
world
the Seminoles
sucks.
Conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Norani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Ugh. And you spend time with this person? Romantically?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Noir Hades is a great way of describing this game. Visually. Maybe not in story, but visually,
Thank you for
yeah.
clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
He's just gonna lie
She
more,
takes
Kim.
a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single character in Hades that is bad. Hades is like the wholesome version of this, which in a way does mean this is the noir version, because noir is traditionally a hellscape of morally dubious to outright terrible people.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
The lieutenant writes it down in his little notebook.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
Yeah, vaporize. Not Zeus doesn't. Hades. The way they write around the story of Hades and Persephone was maybe one of the only things I was not sold on in that game. You're right. Butterfly Ball is a problematic character in
The young
Hades.
woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink.
Yeah, Curse of Men.
Everything left
Agreed.
to be clarified is in the column on the left.
Gosh, all right. Well, there's a lot we don't know. Yeah, Greek mythology is full of stuff that's bad. It was bad then, and it's bad now. And the game doesn't really tackle that, and I think it's for the most part fine. I was not totally convinced by the Hades, not really, kind of really, but not really kidnapping Persephone's bit that they did, but also fundamentally, that's fine. I don't mind. The static noise went away. That's interesting. It must be there must be some environmental interference happening. I don't care for that. Let's see. Eye color. He had a tattoo. Wants me to ask if love or communism killed him. Where is Lelystad?
In Oranje, officer. It's,
Oh,
I
bye,
think
Chad.
Municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
Good luck on your garden. I'm extremely jealous.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary. Cows, silos, and wheat.
The kind of dry encyclopedia stuff goes down a lot smoother when it's being narrated by a beautiful deep voice.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Oh, Ritual Way. I've never heard that version of the story. Version I've always heard is that Persephone was gathering flowers and Hades was like, I'm going to kidnap her. And then trapped her with food. That's how dating works. Okay. You're both from Orange?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
I have definitely been on dates where I've been trapped by food. Have you ever been on a date where you know, like, between when you arrive and after you've ordered food but before it arrives and you've eaten, where you're like, this is not gonna function, this isn't gonna work out. Normally I don't go out for food on first dates for that exact reason.
No love for Mother Araignée, but wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
A military man, not a patriot?
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
You don't seem like much of a patriot yourself, which I respect.
There is nothing on Moindi. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Orania did bring us together. In loathing.
I always think it's... so I have my minor from undergrad was in classical studies, because I just love them. And I think it's always super, super interesting to engage with retellings, especially of Greek myths at different time periods, because the things that people leave in to those stories and the things that people take out is always super interesting. Like almost every modern version of the Odyssey removes the fact that when Odysseus got home, he killed all of the all of the female slaves of the house because they were like feeding and hosting all of these men who invaded his house and trying to get like it that's one of those things where it's like, that's in the original. Yes, Nicholas JT, I have read that. It's super fascinating, but it's always interesting just to see like what parts of these myths do we accept and which parts do we edit out. I mean, that's true across like anything that's adapted widely. Like what does this example of Dracula keep in as essential to the story, and what parts is it allowed to be eradicated? And I think that's always so fascinating.
I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me too.
Oh.
A column of air encircles her, brushing gently on the metallic silver fabric that covers her shoulders and her long, slender arms.
I'm just going to shake my head.
The feeling dissipates. The cold passes. The woman's eyes follow yours to the piece of notebook paper.
Thank you, Confused Nina. I'm really pleased with how well it functions. It does not do great with usernames, but other than that, it's pretty strong.
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no.
The memory makes her smile.
We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Ritual Ray, you should. Somebody should write that dissertation. It's the sort of thing like if I had stuck in academia and I needed to do like a second or third book after whatever my thesis would have been, it probably would have been on like sitting down and considering horror stories, especially the big ones like The Mummy or the Dracula or Frankenstein, these ones that get retold over and over and over again, and sort of tracking the differences in cultural values that we can see reflected on all of those. So good. All right.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
Confused Nina. No, I've only got some of it stored. It's saved on Twitch for 14 days, I believe. Unfortunately, I'm terrible about exporting my videos to YouTube. Although I think the next time that I start up a full, like a long play like this one, I might try to be better about exporting videos there so that they are viewable. Not for this one though, sorry.
A miss. The adversary one.
What does his tattoo mean?
Oh, that.
What did it represent? Do you know?
It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
Ha! Showing off to chicks? How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed, freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
They haven't been cleaned, ma'am. That's why they get dirty.
Is this Oranese lit?
Oh, is this Oranese lit? One of the things we found in the last episode was a novel of Oranese literature that was bad.
Yes. This is the very essence of Oranese lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the struggle itself.
She leans even further back to demonstrate.
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands.
Haha, yeah, Ornier is lit.
And the woman goes like,
Lit!
What was this, baby?
Huh? She points at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star.
And he says, that was too hardcore.
Hardcore!
Don't ask me about that.
Hardcore!
So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, saw some bad shit there. Killed some loincloths. And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
You were the woman in this anecdote?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Hand her the photo.
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
She pours herself some more coffee.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer for money.
Jenna, the answer to your question is absolutely both.
He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. And he killed some people on the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Change of topic, perhaps?
Yes. We ordered a toxicology report. Any idea what that will show us? Lots of drugs is my guess.
A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil. How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that. Save you some money, make some myself.
It's quite expensive, miss, but we'll manage without your help for now.
I think we've finished this line of questioning. Thank you, Kim.
All right.
He puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Okay, we'll talk later.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
That's what she said.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of morality. He was 42 years old?
Where's this going, Brain?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 litres of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Kim, how old do you think I am?
Huh?
The lieutenant isn't quite sure he heard you. How old do I look, Kim?
How old? 58?
Oh my god, that's really old. Really?
You asked.
He shrugs. What if you're wrong? We both turned out to be wrong about the deceased. He turned out to be 40.
42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
Oh. I feel like I've been decomposing for longer than that.
On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately.
That feels like it's a dig about me not working this case and instead running around this island. The ravages of Al Ghul are nearly as extreme as that of death itself, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
There's silence. Then a little more.
Sure, you're 42.
He squints.
Let's go.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth.
To the laboratorium.
What? Oh, good. I've unlocked a new thought. Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100, both longer than they ought to be, the day and the century. But for how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? I'm not taking that. We're gonna take the homosexual underground. You see mysterious strangers in the night, leaning against unlit doorways, engaged in hushed conversations, a shadowy cabal exchanging looks, whispering in dark alleys and unmarked locales, a radical cell conspiring against the state, and perhaps even against man and woman. Was that a secret handshake? What's going on? Who are these secretive people? How will they accomplish their sinister and world-altering goals? And more importantly, are you one of them? You could be. Maybe you forgot. Unlock! Let's do this. Hello. All right, this is 8 hours. This is going to take forever to mature. We're going to have a sit. We're going to sit for 8 hours and think about whether or not we're gay. Good. I hope this game doesn't chicken out on me. 9 hours to ferment the gay, yep. Oh, everybody, let me know if the static came back. That's all I'll ask. I'm just gonna say, just if the static come back, let me know. Oh, that's right, I didn't get the key. Hold on. I gotta find this key. Generally, Jenna. I mean, maybe it's the sort of thing where if you sit down and meditate on it for like 8 hours, it comes really quickly. I'm hoping this game doesn't chicken out. I'm hoping the game commits one way or another. Okay. Apparently the static disappeared and came. I feel like sometimes I get some audio interference when I'm wearing these headphones, and I felt like it had stopped for a while and then it picked up again. So I was like, maybe whatever it is causing interference with my microphone is also causing audio interference, and I'm able to hear it. We'll see. Maybe not. I mean, Stark One, have you tried? I think if you sit for 8 hours and meditate about your sexuality and you can't figure it out, then that's your answer. My phone is nearby. It's on Do Not Disturb, so I shouldn't be getting any signals in. And I don't know why it would have I don't know why the static would have stopped and started. But I'm just gonna move my phone just in case it is it. I put it under Pusheen where it can't hurt anybody. Alright, let's talk to this horrible person again.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
So I talked to her about the tape.
And?
He tenses immediately. Chest tightens. Jaw sets. Ready for another blow.
And nothing. She stands by what she said.
That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
Okay, you thought we would just accept it and sweep the crime under the rug.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything. And it didn't change her mind.
Dark? Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band.
Dude.
He said he'd rape her.
He shakes his head in disbelief.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
It did not come to as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore. Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Her voice is a bit softer than earlier.
Okie dokie. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
What I like is that okie dokie is not included in the script, so I guess that was just an ad-lib.
Women are crazy. Irrational.
Boo.
That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump. No, they're not. And you're not itching for any bumps. Don't betray your inexplicable feminist
That's
ideals
right.
for cheap macho friend points.
Yeah. Yeah. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash. He can't keep track of all the variables anymore. Who could? It's getting harder and harder to perform one's part in this sordid play. All it takes is a nudge.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck on!" That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Okay, cool it, dude.
Yeah.
There is a silence in the room. Alan starts saying something, then thinks best not to.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Oh. Ooh, interesting. Convince Titus he is being manipulated. I get a +1 for mentioning the surreal play. +1 strange reaction to bullet. +1 Everett asked to cooperate. And +1 discussed 8th Hardy. I can retry it, so let's just... I think let's just go for it. I've got a pretty good chance.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter.
One of his boys will.
Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez, their district, their responsibility.
I don't know how much RNG. I mean, yeah, there are dice rolls, which I guess would be considered RNG.
Outside, under the rising sun, tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria aglow with her morning light.
That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim.
Huh?
The lieutenant raises his brow.
He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. And Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you.
All because they like killing.
Yeah, we liked it. It was fun, wasn't it, guys? We had a great time.
It wasn't for your fucking entertainment, Dennis.
He gets a hold of himself.
They kill you because they think it's funny.
They just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
Interesting emphasis on we. See, this is something that's really interesting that you get with the audio track more than... Because if I were just reading that, we didn't shoot him is different from we didn't shoot him, which is probably how I would have read it. So that's interesting.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm.
Firearm. A Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
I think I've just got to go for it. Or what? You're going to kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
He takes a breath, wheezing.
Shut up, Angus.
He was dead before you hanged him. I mean, we kind of already knew that.
Ready! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. Let them have their moment. The room falls quiet. So quiet, you can hear Angus wheeze.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Well-spoken rambler. Congrats on being Strover. Strawberry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless.
Come on.
Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
Bye, Elizabeth. She walks off without looking back.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
Questions? Okay. If Clausier didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
I didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about?
That can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
Titus, dude, I can't trust a single fucking thing you're saying.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
So who killed this guy then, buddy?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
Behind the window. Okay, so there's a window that had been replaced in her room that had been replaced recently. So I guess the shot had to have come through there. For a moment, I was like, there's that weird hole in the pinball workshop. Maybe that was where the shot came through. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Clausia. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
I mean, wouldn't they have come back and done the job if they'd missed?
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
And you had ideas about his past, too?
I do. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
He pauses to think.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
What do you mean?
We had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him. and I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
Ah, it's her, isn't it? The 8th Hardy. It's the other girl.
The big guy turns to Glenn, who's about to say something. The blonde shuts his mouth before a word escapes.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know, it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus.
We're Hardy Boys, and that's it.
Okay, sure. But can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name? Current location?
Nope. You're not getting to her.
Curse of men.
You want to talk to.
We did it, Kim.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Aw. Do I just have to keep...
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death, the bullet in his head.
Another nod.
Why?
Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? 2 of them? Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her.
They already did. We were just talking about her.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way.
Not in a fun way.
It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
Maury Moore, that's exactly who I was thinking of, Kuno S. 'Cause she's something.
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
I have no idea what the word gurning means. In context, I guess it just means fucked up.
Good analogy, boss.
The rat-faced man snickers.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
So what happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who's Tibbs? The 8th Hardy?
Yeah. He's my brother.
Yeah.
He's in the window replacement business.
Ah.
Tibbs. That's short for...
Tiberius?
Yeah. Good man.
Have we met a Tiberius?
Bet their father's named Atticus Hardy. Lucretia Hardy would be their sister. Anyway.
I don't know if I know those people. Anyway, thanks for the time. I'll go talk to her.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go.
Yeah?
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Clausia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection, but...
But you would still prefer if we didn't take her away.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
Lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. All right, before we go talk to her, I'm going to go see if we can't find the key in the bushes somewhere. I'm just going to wander around like this is a Professor Layton game, clicking on bushes until one of them gives me a key. That just seems like the easiest method. Yeah, the pivot to being like, I don't know. Everybody in this game is terrible. And some of them are more terrible than others, maybe. But Titus is terrible, and nothing this game can do can convince me otherwise.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
I was about to... Oh no, I don't want to talk to you. I kind of was curious to see if Kuno sounded much different. He does sound a little bit different. I don't know who... I don't know what... Is it Chapo House?
Stands in the spring snow. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Okay.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Yeah, Mercury, I'm in the same place. I don't know if I need to hear all of what Kuno says. Gay juice ferments. Much less screaming. That's good to hear. Good to not hear, maybe. Well, we got that flavor text that said that there was a bush outside the window, and that's where the key was hid, but there's no fucking bushes in this horrible little town. So I don't really know where I should be looking for that. I would love to know where the key is, yes. Telos Blanket. If you've got a hot lead, I would love to know. I'm supposed to talk to I'm supposed to talk to those dudes playing Bull. Behind the Union guys. All right, I'll go. Hot key tip, yeah. I'll go shake him down.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Do Maybells mean anything to you, Rene?
I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck.
Hold on, is this a royalist military tradition?
It used to be. But the communards were fond of them too. Call them revolutionary flowers. Bells of the revolution.
And did they bring you good luck?
You know what? No. They brought me misery, false hope, and disappointment. The revolutionaries sullied them.
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the ID for you, was it? She gave them to me too, and your jealous little heart just couldn't accept it.
Enough! I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston, but not while we have company. So, officers.
Maybells don't blossom yet, do they?
The lieutenant quickly asks.
Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. But I think you have to wait for at least a month.
Saucy.
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right?
Case solved?
Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Wait, what did I crack exactly?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
It's her husband, the missing husband.
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman.
What?
Protect and serve, recruit.
What?
Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though?
This doesn't add up. I'm only making a fool of myself.
No marriages make any sense. Does honor?
What?
You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of law.
What?
It's time to ace this case and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later.
Yeah, it's definitely the lady I was harassing at the bookstore. All right, yeah, give me some champagne. I'm going in.
There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit. Go and tell the working class woman what you found right now.
She gonna be out there still? Yeah, she's not over here, I don't think, anymore. There's that girl, though. Wait, did a thought? Nope, come back here. Alright, let's go. We're gonna grab the key from behind Titus. We're going to call to check about the library card that we found on the dead body. Not the body whose murder we're actually here to solve. The other dead body that we found in the pier who is drunk.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Look out the window. +10 for finding the note in the workshop. +1 mysterious door scene. +1 you've been here for a long time. And +1 for our fancy dice. Let's do this roll.
There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key.
Hooray!
Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it.
Ha.
Surely not a coincidence.
Someone's hid a key in the bush.
Huh?
Can you let me slide on by so I can grab that?
I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now.
Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The hawthorn's got a bitch of a bite.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table.
Thanks, Theo?
The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched to its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in?
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
Thank you. Nod to the old man.
Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
Fair enough. I don't know, like, I don't know what unlocking this door is going to get us, really, because we've already gotten back here.
A heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. If the key fits the dimple lock, it takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. But then,
Clink.
the lock clicks. Master Investigator,
Ha-ha.
you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
Hey, I'm not some sort of peeper.
Sure, friend. This is nothing sordid. Nothing inappropriate. You just have to do this. It's your duty.
Well, don't say it like that. It sounds creepy when you say it like that. Let's look at the thought that just earned me, though. The jam, rock, shuffle. By now it's clear you like to look inside containers. You like to open doors and see what's behind them. Maybe secrets? Maybe more juicy containers? Let's be honest, you like all containers. Trash cans, utensil trays, manholes, coat pockets, secret containers left behind by Philippine kings that hold forbidden relics. Okay, you haven't come across one of those yet, but one day... Wait, is that why you're so hell-bent on opening containers? Do you think you'll find the Holy Scepter and the Orbe de Montaigne? Well, I can't, and I'm not going to interiorize that right now. This pinball says Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
Run your finger across the dust of the white Diora machine.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white Diora?
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
Haha! I love that Kim has pinball opinions.
Diora was one of the 3 crown cities of the DeLorean era. On the Muindi Isola, the others being Ria Silvia and Advesperasket. This theme is all about early airships and beautiful, sad, pearl-laden women. It's quite nice, actually.
That just makes me think of that Japanese capsule game that's like and young anime girls, but they're all battleships.
Grimaces looking at the machines.
How about we fire up these bad boys and play some ball?
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist Pinball.
He looks away.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
Ha! Encyclopedia Think Kim Kitsuragi. Kim Kitsuragi. This is a red check. It cannot be retried. Let's go for it. Let's see what this does.
Kim, Pinball, Kitsuragi.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka Kimball?
Exactly. That's what he's known as.
What?
His reputation precedes him.
What? Hey, you're Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
So now he remembers.
He looks at you in the silence of the workshop, then takes his glasses off and cleans them.
Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka the Kimball. You remembered. Congratulations.
Yeah, Kimball Wizard. Such a subtle wrist. What? You don't seem to really like pinball.
No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantastic, science fiction, and historic romance franchise.
Kimball?
It is lame.
Whatever, then why were you called Pinball?
I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a long time ago, before I became a homicide detective and got my lieutenancy.
How did you...
Fine. I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. It's how I started out in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring. As you do when you're a juvie cop.
Okay.
It was not okay. I needed to become a pinball champion. I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing to homicide. End of story.
You were a juvie cop for 15 years?
That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming, as was playing pinball.
Holy shit, Kim. Curse of Men, I can't, I already checked, the voices are as high as they can go. I can increase the overall game volume, so let me know if that helps. And there's about to be sirens here, so I'm gonna mute myself for a moment. Okay, I'm back. I increased the overall game volume, so it should be a little bit louder. All right. Oh boy. I do really want to call him Kimball, but I think it would upset him. So let's ask about this. So that's why you didn't talk to Kuno.
It's best if you handle the juvenile delinquents.
The juvenile delinquents. Fucking spectacular. Fuck. God, I really want to call him Kimball from now on, but I feel like he wouldn't like that, and I want Kim to like me. But maybe it's funnier. Oh, Kim. I am gonna call you Kimball now.
You're gonna call me Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Or, on rare occasions, Kim, because it's shorter. Let's go.
Fuck yeah, Kim. Establish strong borders. I respect that.
Any plan to call him Pinball or Kimball is immediately wiped from your neocortex, as if with some sort of mind-altering device. It is simply not going to happen.
Kimball! Holy shit. Alright, well, that was spectacular. That was spectacular. Just in a sentence, that ruled. Okay, God. Alright, let's go talk to Clagier. Yeah, Maury Moore, that's exactly what that was. Nope. No, you're not gonna call me that. I wonder if... Are these footprints gonna tell me anything more? I mean, this must have been how...
You clearly see footprints.
Jackpot.
No. So whoever killed our dude definitely came up here, and that's how he got in to this area. But that key was just hanging from a fucking bush, so I have no idea who would have access to this area.
It's always good to see you.
She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
The Hardy Boys told us what really happened.
I understand.
She puts her coffee mug on the table.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You don't look surprised. You were expecting this.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions.
What if there was a prequel game? What if there's a prequel game and it was just about Kim's time as a juvie cop?
Is it? Something is off here.
Nicholas JT, I'm glad you clocked that too. Long and straight is such a weird description of feet, and why would you mention it? I'm curious if those footprints aren't hers, if that's like a clue.
Shush, I can't hear what she's saying. Let the miss speak. She's tall and thin and tired. A twig trying so hard not to break.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Not with the shit I've gotten into.
Wait, are her long and straight feet part of her feminine charm that I'm supposed to be succumbing to? That's not a good enough reason.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
She reaches for a new cigarette.
Briefly glance it over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, grey and pale violet in the morning light.
What lies beyond it?
The pale, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Aranye, the old, old world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
She lights a cigarette. What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Fucked? People after her? Moral intern people? This isn't Orionese lit.
What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could...
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite...
I knew he was dead, before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then run downstairs.
It's unnecessary is what it is.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
Yeah, hella traumatic is accurate.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
That's a motherfucker.
Yeah, it was a real motherfucker. Ow.
She looks down. Her cigarette has singed her fingers.
She throws it away and immediately proceeds to light another one.
Yeah, generally done a big ol' shift.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Titus said you look pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
What did you do then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
God, are they suggesting it was a sniper shot? What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Before we continue, who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader of the Hardy Boys?
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
Ha! I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Interesting. Let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
Oof.
This is concurrent with your doubts at the autopsy about the coloring being.
I knew it. The coloring in his lower limbs looked faint.
About half an hour had passed since the moment of death.
She nods.
You were late. The marks would be faint by that time.
He makes a small pointing motion with his pen. It's meant for you.
In honor of that
Aww.
precise forensic remark, officer, a real hit.
I got mental health back because Kim respects me.
You have it in you to be a champion. Keep your head in the game now.
Wow, I got back physical and mental health because Kim respected me. Bye, Ace Jackal. Have fun vacuuming. Impossible, but have a good time cleaning. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
This Ruby. Where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
I don't want to talk to the fucking Hardy
Interesting.
Boys anymore.
Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
Why did you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
The answer comes fast.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
I don't think so. So why did you do it?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
Wait, is that a meta commentary on the quest system? The fact that I completed the task means it was true because the game said I completed the task? That's crazy. When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
In her bedroom, inside?
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here for
She
now.
nods silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. Multiface, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force if you want to continue pushing her.
Wait, what are you saying I do? Wait, I'm confused. Multiface, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force if you want to continue pushing her. I'm not gonna harass this woman. I think that's what it's telling me to do. I think I'm just gonna pass. We'll talk later. I couldn't tell if it was drama was slacking or if I was supposed to yell at the lady. I don't want to do that, so I'm just not going to. I see, okay. Okay, I appreciate y'all's breakdown. I also like the way that you describe this game, which I think is... the phrase, it's very conversation and thoughts, is very accurate.
On the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Visual calculus. What happened here? I get a +1 because I've heard what happened.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
Okay.
A two-hearted spider.
Weird. What position are they in? I don't know if I want to know
Like
that.
the witness said, the man is kneeling. The woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain. From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Here's the thing. We don't know where the body was. This is all so much supposition. We don't have the broken glass. We don't have any... This is all very cool. It's all bullshit. We don't have any of the information required to triangulate this. Shouldn't there be gun residue inside?
There could have been.
Outside?
Then the rain and slush and
That's
wind
fair.
washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
So I'm, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%.
Ah.
With an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Bell McGrave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot have come from inside the room, a closer point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Are there any arguments against A prime the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. 700 meters away, the likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account. 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched. 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer.
Ha! This is why you should close your blinds curtains. Because somebody with a sniper rifle might be peeping ya. None of these feel right to me.
The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A.
Oof.
The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
I've been pronouncing this one really, really wrong. Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof? In Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime, the boardwalk, B double prime, Land's End, or B triple prime, the islet.
I see you have given this a lot of thought.
Hey.
Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less from the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or a sniper nest if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
Well, that's fair enough. Well, I'm trying to think about, like, where do we go from here with this mystery? Oh, I should make that call about the library. Let's do that next. I just don't want to fucking talk to the Hardy Boys anymore. Just don't want to talk to them. Pinball wizard. Pinball wizard has such a subtle wrist. How do you think he does? I don't know what makes him so good. I've never seen him fall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid. Whoa, who are these dudes? Uh-oh. got some punks checking out our vehicle. Let's go ahead and save.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Hey, Alice. Wait, what was I?
57's over and out.
All right, let's talk to these boys first.
You see a set of steering levers.
We're gonna talk to these fellas. They clearly want to talk to us. Hello. Hello, piss.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Piss first, I think is what that stands for.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan, fuck the world.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Boo. Piss first, talk later.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
I fucking bet it does.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Skulls. Now there's a strong organizational title.
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches, flow bears, or skulls.
That, okay. Okay, wait a minute. I mean, I'm glad that they didn't say what I thought that word was going to be. I was really curious how they were going to deal with the asterisk outed words. But that was... In no way was that what I was expecting. Okay. Okay.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
Wait a minute. Okay, so they bleeped that one in an entirely different way. What?
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then.
Fucking
Let's
weird.
indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah. Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
Absolutely not.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
I see you kids are into anotic dance music.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Well.
Be wary of the abyss.
His blonde friend adds ominously and points to his temple. Why?
It's a threat. An impotent threat of violence.
Yeah, Cindy is way too cool for these nerds. I just wanted to talk about music and now there's a conflict all of a sudden? It's too much. Nervously shake your head.
That's right. You should back off and let silence rule supreme.
Jesus. This is ridiculous. Boys, do you know why the gang is called Skulls?
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah. The skull symbolizes the embrace of death and nothingness, present in all of us. The vehicle of our future operations. Death and nothingness.
Okay,
They're called skulls because when you are shot dead in the middle of the street, the skull is the only part the stray dogs want to eat.
Wow, Kim.
Just trust me and follow my lead.
So boys want to feed the dogs?
No reply. The blonde rebel scratches his chin, deliberately not focusing his gaze on anything. He looks very uncomfortable. The other one shuffles uncomfortably, nevertheless continuing to steal glances at the lieutenant's motor carriage.
Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
The young men exchange approving nods. Okay, enough of the scullery then.
Mm-hmm.
He throws a longing glance at the kinema. What's with these jackets?
What about them?
Why do you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
That is a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone.
Okay, dude.
Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
I hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point.
Rhetoric, he absolutely does not. All right. Well, talking with you has definitely been something. Have a good day. You kids stay out of trouble. I can't wait to tell Cindy
Inside,
about these nerds.
You see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
See, I wasn't going to report the dead body. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Hold on, officer.
There we go.
I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
Wow, where I'm from, we just call them librarians. I'm looking for any information that you can provide on Billy Mijon, a reader.
Billy Mijon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
He puts down the receiver.
On Moreau Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Hey, Simon!
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Mijon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Yes, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
St. Ghislain is how they're pronouncing that.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Hey! Do you have any information on Billy Mijon?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know somebody who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Mijon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
You hear someone answer from afar.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
Do you know the husband's
Sorry,
name?
no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie?
A moment passes.
She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second.
The librarian turns away from the phone again and
wearing?
relays the question.
Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that? Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
Alright, that's all the questions I have.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
The librarian hangs up and the call gets redirected back to the station with a soft clink.
Anything else you need from me?
That's it. Thank you.
57th, over and out.
Her voice disappears into
In
the
the
void.
cabin, you see a set.
Thank you. Thank you, game. Okay. I guess I can go to the apartment and deliver the news. Let me go ahead and save. Oh, I can talk to Cindy too. Cindy the Skull. Tell her about these nerds who want to be part of the Skulls. Yeah, Cursive Men, the fact that they that the librarian relayed all that information was pretty funny. Oh hey, can I reconceptualize this? This is a check I've failed like 4 times so far. I don't know if I've... Yeah, okay.
Nothing to see here.
One of these days I'll conceptualize it, I'm sure. Yeah, the game is set in an alternate world, and in... I was gonna say the past of that alternate world, but it might be the present? I don't know. Alternate worlds are weird, so I don't know how they work, necessarily. Let's go talk to Cindy. Ha! Hoss, I'm glad that I'm not the only one who's failed it a lot. I hope... Does it pay off? Is it good, what you get at the end? I think I went to the wrong door. Hold on. It can be good. Interesting. Kimball. I'm never gonna forget about Kimball. Oh, wait. A thing I can interact with. The sea below looks cold and winter gray. Okay, well, that was not worth circling back for. Okay. I guess I'll just have to go door to door to find Billy? Because I don't know which apartment she's in. Hey, what's up, Cindy?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is that bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Well, that's probably makeup, game. It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all.
Yeah.
Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
She looks at the paint dripping down the wall.
The inspiration will come to her once hell is set loose on the streets. It's too calm right now.
Just started raining in the game. I was not paying attention and now it's raining all of a sudden. Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
She replies wistfully, looking around. Really, you're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
All right. Thanks,
Shoot,
Cindy.
Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it? I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
I think they're afraid of you.
They'll never be skulls.
Ha!
But their hearts are in the right place.
Skulls are cool. Can I be a skull?
Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
Oh yeah? How's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky. as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency.
Cursive Man, I also thought she was going to say something mean. She might still.
This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
Okay. Another great chat, Cindy. Alright, let's go knock on some doors and see if we can't find the victim's wife. Oh, maybe I can ask this lady. Yeah, Cindy's
Give me
good.
a moment.
I'm looking for Billy Majon. Do you know where she lives?
It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the Majons in apartment 20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
Yeah, I agree, Jenna. If it's cool or deep or meaningless, who knows? Maybe it's cool and meaningless. She must have meant the other balcony, because I think this is Cindy's room. Oh, or wait, is this the... Maybe this is the inside of the upstairs. Yeah, this is just Cindy's room. I found a pair of beautiful jeans in that room. Jeans that were supposed to give me a butt if I wore them long enough. Haas, that's why I usually say full username. Generally Jenna. GJ, maybe. Okay. Here we go. Alright, I'm looking for apartment 20.
A weathered brown door.
Ooh.
The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup à l'oignon.
Ooh.
The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
He looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit.
You hear some light footsteps and what appears to be a daily weather forecast playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Majon. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice, Kim?
Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
What if I don't want to do this, Kim?
Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this information. It just has to happen, as soon as possible.
The
All right.
lieutenant motions towards the door.
Door apartment 20. Hello, who is it? A voice calls out from the other side of the door.
And someone turns down the radio.
Is this Billy Majon's home? This is the police. Please open the door. The police? A moment, please. Give us a moment. You hear shuffling inside.
Tidying up. Nervously.
She unlocks the door. Come in. The door is open. That is also how I feel about mushrooms. I do not like the squish. Don't run, okay? Take it slow when exploring the apartment. Be respectful. I'm not supposed to run? chalk-drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. An empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. Windows covering in old newspaper clippings. Can't they afford curtains? Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Some leftovers kept warm on a stovetop. Smells like buckwheat and onions in here. God, that sounds good. I might be hungry. We're gonna have to end this stream soon so I can eat. Uh-oh, this looks like children's room. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the walls. A textbook for high school. Mathematics. Trigonometry, mostly. The clock is ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. I think having the body armor on lowers my empathy. I might, do I have a shirt that would make me more empathetic? I guess that's a tall order to ask of a shirt to give me empathy. Well, I'm gonna do myself a favor and just take off the empathy. The anti-empathy body armor.
It's you from the book stand.
Oh.
Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
She smiles nervously before the smile vanishes from her face.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. Condensation from stepping inside.
Nudity under a trench coat is the most empathetic look. Yep.
He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
It's not about the cockatoo.
She just nods. Keep it together. Your body language shouldn't give it away.
Sorry, I'm rambling. It's just that Victor often gets into all kinds of trouble. So, how can I help you?
How about some small talk before you break the news?
I'm so glad I took off my empathy dampening body armor. +4 because Kim's here, +1 because I kept my composure, +1 discussing things through with Kim, and +1 Lieutenant's handkerchief. Actually a pretty high check, but no, I'm just gonna do it. I worry that if I take some of these, they're gonna give me negatives because I'm gonna be stalling when I should really just do this. Oh, it's a red check though. It can't be retried. I only get one chance at this. Live here with Vector. Ooh, this is so difficult. A 72% chance is pretty good. I mean, sometimes you get bonuses by going down these other paths. I just feel like there's a chance. All right, let's just go for it. Okay.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Mejan, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
Your husband, Victor Mejan, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh.
She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater.
Oh. But he was just...
He looks at the kitchen table where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
Yeah, well-spoken rambler, that's how I feel. Like, I did it.
What happened to him?
She turns to you. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. It's still early to say, but at first glance, it seems like he slipped and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played a role, yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, It will be etched in her mind forever.
It's hard to say at this point.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress. The handkerchief.
Oh. It is the lieutenant's handkerchief, which I was saving to tuck under my pillow at night. I'm just gonna give her the lieutenant's handkerchief.
Terrified smile quivers on her face as she takes the handkerchief and wipes away the tears. She looks disoriented.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
The air gets sucked out of her lungs immediately.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
Yes, they should know. Do you want us to call them and ask them here?
No, I'll do it myself.
She breathes again, holding on to her left side like she's in pain.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over her cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
She runs out of breath.
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. She starts to shake.
Again, I'm very sorry,
We should step
ma'am.
outside and talk.
Set the library card by her. Leave the room. Oh, Kim.
You did well.
The lieutenant says as soon as you've left the apartment. The balcony feels cool and quiet with a stunning view of the district. I could have done more. You did enough.
You did enough.
Oh, I forgot that he was going to say that. He pauses, rubbing his hands together to generate some heat.
Can save the whole world, you know.
I'm not really even trying to do that, Kim.
Can't bring the dead back.
What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
All right, this is closed then.
Let's go.
Phew. Phew-fa-doofa. Oh, it is snowing, yeah. Good catch. I want to peek into the Sunday. This is the room where the Sunday friend was at.
This door is made of metal and appears no one.
Let's go.
Okay. The dude who was in there, the Sunday friend, said we would never talk again once he left. And I believed him. I was just curious to see if I could peek in and look around the room a little bit. This game's right that I do like to go into secret doors and open secret containers. Can't deny it. Okay. Well... So I can check out the places where I think the sniper might have been at. Can't really talk to Joyce because I still haven't done anything about her drug storyline. I guess I could go back to the church and check on how the nightclub is coming. Let's go ahead and save first. Ooh, what can I do? Oh, I could goad Garrett about this? That might be funny. Make Van Eyck's jam harder core. Oh, I think didn't I find a tape? Didn't I find a tape with a melody, or did I expend that? I might have expended that doing karaoke. Oh no, Egghead will be stoked. Let's go talk to Egghead. If this somehow... Oh wait, was there a map? I was not even paying attention. There's always been a really bad map. This is a much better map than we used to have. Holy cow. We used to have just like, it was a map that I found that was of like a touristy version of the area that never came to actually exist in this reality. It was like an old non-map, basically. This is much prettier. Look at this. I think it's still the same vibe because that Ferris wheel for sure does not exist. But this, I believe this thing does. What is this cube? What the fuck is that cube? Okay, and I think... Okay, yeah, so here's the church. Here's the Ferris wheel that never was. Oh, I think this is where the execution happened? Okay, interesting. Oh, yes, let me put on my body armor that makes me less caring. Okay. Yeah, it's strong Dante's Inferno vibe from the map. Okay, let's go back to the church. The background sounds are a lot more elaborate. I don't ever remember thinking much about the background audio for this game, but there's some environmental sounds here that are pretty bold, which I'm pretty into. I think it's because sounds now. That feels like something that this game would have wanted to implement at first, but then didn't. That would be my guess.
The trap stands empty amongst the reeds, powdered with snow. No insect sounds or movement around. Only the reeds melancholy rustling.
Release the locust into the empty trap.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good, now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that.
Oh.
It was a rhetorical question.
The reeds, Kim. Reading me for my good work, trying to help a couple down and out cryptozoologists, trying to keep them from getting super sick, crawling around in this snow. I'm here in no pants, in quick travel unlocked. They've implemented quick travel. Okay, well that's cool. I hope they have a quick travel option to the church because it is a little bit of a hassle doing this run. Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you, game. Now where? Here we go. Can you guys hear that faint beats? Oh. Before I started streaming, I was looking at the options and there was an option to make it streamer friendly, and it said it took off it got rid of some of the copyrighted background sounds. So I'm curious. I had no idea what songs that might be in this game would be copyrighted, but I wonder if whatever this is might be it. So this might not be whatever music is in the actual final game. This might just be a stream okay version. Hardcore!
The large-headed youth has closed his eyes, lost in the music. Sensing you, he opens them.
Good morning! Yeah! Pump it up! Pump it up! Pump it up!
Yeah! I found this reel of tape. Maybe you can use it to hard up Ike's jam. Give him the fixed hawthorn tree tape.
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here. into Deck B.
Hell yeah, he clicks a switch, the tape starts spinning.
A hand on his ear. He listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
No, I found it tangled up in a hawthorn tree.
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready?
Ready!
Wow! Here's that! The signs match perfectly!
Hell yeah.
If only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper!
Intriguing. The way I see it, Van Eyck based his remix on some famous original piece, like a folk song, something local. Seems you found an initial part with the main melody.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
Permudgeon, I know there are a couple other games that have Steam approved that have options. I'm pretty certain Cyberpunk had this, where there's an option you can turn on that will make sure all of the music is not going to get taken down, which is pretty interesting when you think about like games being preemptively preparing themselves to be streamed. Is just an interesting way. It's such a weird background influence of streaming that exerting its influence on games production.
Lloyd's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key. No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. It fits too well.
Ooh. Oh God, this is tricky. Do I want to suggest that this tape was that he threw out this tape? No, I'm gonna say it's Egghead's incredible mixing skills.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits. Bring up the volume.
Hell yeah.
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Andre looks back at you.
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
You can't just leave it without a bass track.
Of course. Honestly, nothing springs to my mind right now, but I'll see if I can come up with a solution down the lane.
Yo, the warrior! The warrior of dance music!
That's me. I'm the warrior of dance music.
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
I'm gonna do it.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Yeah! Hey, are you a thought reader?
No nation, but trans nation! No war, but class war!
Egghead! Egghead! Hell yeah, Egghead! Does that mean you're a thought reader?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as thought reading.
Yeah! Reversion imperative!
Unless you were thinking Reversion imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with Eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
But I was thinking Revachol imperative.
That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. In a cop too.
Fuck you, Noid. You don't know me.
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Palaceum. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With a rebel yell!
Wait, no, not that one. That means something different. But why aren't you a communist? Communism is the truth.
I could be a communist. If you want that, do you want me to be a communist?
Please don't turn him into a communist.
Oh yeah, turn him into a communist. Come on, it would be super.
Be a communist, Egghead. The future needs your help. Oh no, I should say it's too hardcore. Don't be a communist. That path is too hardcore. You guess he won't become a communist after all. Oh, whatever, Egghead. You should be hardcore.
Yeah.
Is your real name Jermaine?
Dark hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes, it is.
Okay. It was great talking with you, lads. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! I can't believe Noid knew I was lying. How are you doing? Oh, are these speakers that I bought your speakers, and do you want them back?
Hello again.
Your associates tried to use me to set up a drug lab. My guess is you knew about this?
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth. Which isn't much.
That's true.
This is why I didn't go into the tent.
Ah!
Typical delinquency.
Kim!
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it.
I don't care, I'm loco. I just wanted you to know I know about the plan.
Okay, but I still regret it. I should have been able to control them. And I will in the future. I promise.
Ma'am, that is not your problem.
May I ask? What did you tell them?
Do what you want with your dance club plans, but no drug labs.
Thank you. I'll get them under wraps, I promise.
Let's talk about your contact mic again. Oh, that's right. She sold her microphone, not speakers. Somebody sold speakers. I thought it was those dudes. Hey,
Hi
did you
again.
sell speakers?
So, how are things going?
Goodbye, officer.
Yeah.
Huh? I see you're here again. Offside, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help?
I already did that storyline.
Hi again. So, how
Wait,
things going?
you mentioned some sort of kind of ecclesiastics own the church. Who are the ecclesiastics?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Okay, thank you, rhetoric. Haha, now humor me, Andre. What is no, don't mask it. I don't even know what the founding party
Come
is.
to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
That sounds like exactly the kind people who would want loud anodic music in their church.
You're right, they do.
He says without the slightest hint of irony.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. Anodic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance!
Love is the relay out of death. We dance! He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore!
Hardcore!
Unity! Unity! Make some noise for my Insulindian posse!
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod. It's as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
Yes, okay. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Yeah, it can!
He's coming around. You're getting it.
You're right. How could the founding party be anything but enthusiastic? Dance music is about love, and so is the Pericarnassian church.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be! Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with the screwdriver still in hand. Approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if they get this club going. You've got it in you.
Goodbye, officer.
Goodbye. Okay. I don't think there's any ratio connection between empathy and rhythm. In fact, I think if you have more rhythm, you have more empathy. Because you gotta be able to sense that beat, right? Can you believe Kim not wanting to talk with those dudes? That's ridiculous. Kim doesn't know what he's missing out on. Did I get a new thought? Oh, right. Arno van Eyck, the question won't leave you. Why did the melody line from a broken and discarded tape fit perfectly into a song played by some speed freaks in a frozen tent? Can it be a coincidence? Maybe it's the hand of the man machine himself in his attempt to craft a perfect song. Maybe Egghead is actually Arno van Eyck in disguise. Ike? Egg? How's this coming along? Oh, it's coming. 5 hours left on that one. Oh, Egghead. Hardcore.
Yes, what is it?
Hey, about that 2mm hole again.
The swallow, you mean? What about it?
Do you have any idea where this hole might actually be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch black heights above, but without much success.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives, I say, to this woman.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
Okay, good
Great.
talk.
Thanks.
Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
What about these, why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR1 as my RAIN prefect processing unit.
Wait, what?
RAIN prefect. My radio computer.
I liked it listening to her say that. And that antenna is its processing unit?
Yes. You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Not really.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
And the AR1, is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
I'm not going to buy one of these, ma'am.
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core, the light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
Vapor Eyes, I really like the idea that this entire time he's going to be quiet for a minute and he's just going to be thinking,
It's
am I
not
gay?
just rudeness.
Am I gay?
It
Am I
really is
gay?
hard to concentrate on whatever she needs
Am
to
I
do.
gay?
And you're not
Am I
helping.
gay? What about those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
All right.
Great.
Okay. All right, good talk. Okay. Oh God, it's already 4:40. I was like, last time I checked at the clock, it said 4:10, and I was like, I'll just go for 5 minutes longer. And now here we are. That feels like a great place to stop, though. Let me go ahead and save. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Another little bit of this game done. Another little chunk completed. It's a good session. I'm gonna go stand by the music so we can hear it in the background. There we go. Yeah, Egghead, what a revitalizing element. Getting closer to the end of this mystery, I hope. I think we've just gotta check out those sniper points, try to figure out who done it. We're getting there. Listen, we're getting there. We're gonna get it. have a good weekend, everybody. Yeah, that's it. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'll see y'all later. Hardcore. Love is hardcore. Remember that. That's my advice into this weekend. Love is hardcore to the mega. Good night.